show it. Just keep your...
You're being recorded, by the way.
Hi everyone again, welcome back to our channel, NavForum. So our next topic is going to be how do you ground yourself, or how we actually ground ourselves. But just remember to subscribe to our channel and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and send us your messages or your views or thoughts or anything that you want to say to us. We will gladly welcome it. So first, we'll say.
Sorry.
So first, to get started is how do we actually ground ourselves, and what is grounding really? I think we probably need to look at that. So grounding is how you keep yourself focused, being present in terms of what is important to you. I'm sure there's a plethora of definitions out there, but I'm just going to choose the definition that applies to us and how we summarize grounding means to us. So do you have any other difference in views of how you define grounding?
No, I agree with what you said. It's really about how you get through the day and how you keep yourself
reminding yourself of why you're doing certain things and who you are actually. So reminding yourself who you are, why you're doing certain things, and focus.
And that is true. So first things first, I think I've touched a little bit on our previous video in terms of meditation. So how I center myself around grounding is start making, the first thing that I do when I wake up is to do a bit of meditation. It doesn't have to take long, and some people do prayer as a form of meditation as well, but at least you do something that is setting the scene, to send you along the way. So I tend to start my day with a little bit of prayer, gratitude, and meditation, just quieting that mind, and sometimes a little bit of mindfulness as well. It doesn't go along, it goes a long way, and that helps me to be steady throughout the day.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you because I also meditate, and I find it a real good de-stressor. When I don't meditate, maybe for about a week or so, I do notice that a lot of things affect me quite quickly, and I think I get offended quite quickly. I take it on. I can feel a little bit tense with the situation. But when I notice that I actually I meditate quite regularly and embrace myself in it, and I only meditate for about 10 minutes in the morning. I get up, I go to the toilet, I come back, and I meditate before I do anything else, and it actually sees me through the day. It's literally like water off a duck's back. It's like I'm walking on sunshine. I'm fine. I'm just going with the flow, and it's good for it's definitely good for me, and it definitely keeps me grounded. As you said, also gratitude, it's just being grateful for absolutely everything, and it's having that attitude of gratitude. It doesn't matter what it is. You're grateful for the job's giving you money to be able to provide for your children, for your family, to put food on the table. It goes on and on and on. You're grateful for your home, it shelters you. It's just all those things, just bringing it all back to your focus, and and that in itself is, I don't know, it's just a release of
that
joy.
tension, isn't it? And it just, the joy just flows. But do you not find that sometimes when you are so grounded within yourself, things that other people that would shake other people look at you and just wondering, you know, what's
Yeah.
going on with
And
you?
people do say to me, God, you're so calming, you've got such calming nature. I'm like, oh, okay. Initially, I didn't understand what that meant, but I think it's based on the fact that I'm just so in my own zen that, you know, and I want to share that with everybody. So, I'm definitely an advocate for meditation, or if it's prayer that you find comfort in.
Well, I start with daily affirmation.
Yeah.
Because I think that when you set your mind in a positive manner, you can go through anything. So I always say to myself, I can do this, I can accomplish whatever I decide to do. So I think that you need to say positive things to yourself, understand who you are, why you're doing certain things, and you find yourself grounded. So it's very important to always speak positivity to yourself.
Yeah. So it's just coming back to self-love again, isn't it? Which, what we said initially, is the foundation of self. So, you know, once you have that love for yourself, you would want to be grounded, would want to have de-stressors, you would want to be positive, or walking in that flow, walking in sunshine, whatever it is. You do want to be radiating that, and that will ground you.
Exactly. But equally, sometimes we need to remember that, you know, getting away from all that noise and hustle and bustle of everyday life, you know, you just need to take away yourself and just be in that place as well to recharge. Because when you have everyday noise, you know, work back and forth, children, family, you know, you also need to take time out. And that also helps me to ground within myself, because even though I'll do the daily meditation, and I try to do it religiously, but sometimes you do kind of slip up. And then not only that, you also feel that, you know, when you're inner, remember I spoke about the inner voice, that inner, that inner thing that's guiding you, the inner guide. Your intuition. Thank you, your intuition, that guide. Once you listen to that and it says, you know what, it's time to get away, be by yourself, and just focus and recharge your battery, then that also helps to be grounded as well. And I find doing that, you know, you don't have to do it very often, but it's a matter of knowing your body, getting to know who you are. And I find that before me getting into all this, I never really knew my body. You know, and now my voice is not the best, but it's just me learning to say, what here am I missing? What am I meant to learn through all of this in order for me to learn these skills? What is my body telling me? You know, and that is what we just need to do, is to step back and just come, you know, go back to basics, really.
Yeah, so knowing yourself.
And that is all stems back again to self-love, you know, spending time with yourself through different modes, because as you can see, three of us have different ways of doing things. And it doesn't mean that one way is better than the other, or I'm right.
It's just how you cope with a certain situation, how you deal with situation. That's the most important bit. So you need to know yourself to be able to deal with situations. Because if you don't know yourself, there's no way you'll be able to obviously deal with any situation that comes your way, because you wouldn't know how to deal with it. You don't know yourself much to understand that whatever you're dealing with is either the right thing for you or not. So you need to understand and know yourself, and you'll be able to ground yourself.
Another thing I think which is really important that we've not mentioned, but it's just come to me, is that we didn't just get here just like that. So, you know, for me, a friend of mine introduced me to quite a lot of things. You know, she introduced me to Mind Valley, which is a really good resource where they've got lots of motivational speakers. They have free masterclasses, which actually looks at the self. Again, they advocate the same kind of things that we are talking about. And it's just by listening to other people, other teachers, motivational teachers, speakers, things that actually resonate with your situation, and you learn through them, and then through that, as you say, your inner critique or your intuition, you know, that is something that it develops, you want more. So my morning routine is, you know, I listen to my morning routine is basically I get up, I go to the toilet, I meditate for about 10 minutes, If I am motivated enough, I will do exercise. I say that very loosely at the moment. But then on the way to work, I listen to podcasts, and they could be anything from 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and that's a motivational thing. And it's just about me grounding my day. So I look at the topic, is this relevant for me today? Do I need to know how to live my life like a millionaire? Learning the tools, do I need to know how to avoid the, six different there's 6 different tools from different people. No, sorry, I'm getting that wrong. Do I need to know today about relationships, like where I went wrong in relationships? I listen to Jay Shetty a lot. Just listening to all these things. Does that apply to what I need today? So I will go through that catalogue, and if I find it resonates with me and I've learnt from it, I forward it on to others. I always share what I've learnt. So it's also, by listening to these people that are gifted with these tools, to learn from them.
So what Kofa is saying is very right. However, if you don't have the technology to listen to all these people or the inspirational speakers, what you need to do is to listen to yourself, because sometimes all you have to do is just sit down and reminisce about the past or things that you've been through and how you'll be able to move past that. So again, it's about listening to yourself, because so many times we do say things to ourselves without even realizing that this is the right path we need to take. So the only way to do that is, again, as you said, meditation, or just sit somewhere and just start thinking about things that can help.
But you know what though as well is that the more you seek is the more you find.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you're ready to receive whatever information or whatever guidance, you will receive it, because even according to what Kofa says, because I do listen to a lot of these podcasts as well, we all do, to be honest. But equally, in what I decide to listen to on a given day is what my soul requires.
Exactly,
So it's actually drawing to me, and that is stemmed from that foundation, that belief. And if you're not there, it will take you that little extra push anyway to start believing in yourself and believing in that inner still voice.
And it doesn't happen overnight, does it?
It doesn't.
So that's one thing you all need to be aware of. It does not happen overnight. It's a building block, isn't it?
Because realistically, I think personally speaking, I've been on this path for about a good 2 to 3 years now. So it's not like I've just woken up and then just suddenly become awakened, but it's just what we're here doing is just to show you that, just a little taste, to say that there's more to this, and if you want it, it will come to you. But the information will never come to you until when you're ready to receive it. Because if you're not in that receptive mode, you won't get it.
And it doesn't mean anything to you.
No. So whatever we say today is going to resonate to you only if you're with or in that receptive mode. And the more you hear us, and the more other things will come to you. Because I started off with Abraham Hicks, and then moving on now with Mind Valley and all these things, and other motivational speakers, and lots of names. We started off initially with The Secret, I guess, with everybody else who's done that. So we're not professing that we're just unique. We're just part of a puzzle in just sharing.
That's a very good point.
It is, and it's a massive puzzle, and we're part of it. That we're just sharing this knowledge and just saying that this knowledge don't have to be complicated. It's not complex, and it's for everybody to just enhance and be the best version of yourself. And this is how I see being grounded and staying true to oneself is. It's just sharing what we're about.
Life experience.
It's about life experience.
And as we said, it's transparency and trying to reach out to somebody that needs this message at this time.
So if whatever we've spoken about today resonate and sits with you, please let us know, because we'd like to know if whatever we're touching any part of you, or if there's just one key message that you can take, that you've taken away from today, please also let us know, because this also will help us to grow and to develop and produce more. So this is our mission and our vision is to touch at least one life
Yes.
and make a difference. And we want you to fly with us.
Yes.
And just remember, first,
Love yourself.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
you soon.
See you.